One of the most unique security cameras that I ever came across. It's a dual camera, one's a wide angle, one's a pan tilt. I'm gonna tell you all about it, stay tuned! Crazy Will here from Crazy Will's Tech Show. Today, we'll be looking at an indoor-outdoor camera brought to you by Tapo and TP-Link, so it's a reputable name brand. This is a 2K dual camera. One's a wide-angle camera, one's a pan tilt that has smart tracking that will work together. So we're gonna take a look at that. If you guys watch my videos, you know I'm a big fan of TP-Link and their smart home devices. They have plugs, light bulbs, all kinds of crazy stuff. Big fan of it. When I saw they were putting out new types of security cameras, I got excited because in the past I've always recommended the YE home cameras, which were great, but they're doing this now. Yeah, you gotta watch an ad, which is ridiculous. I'm not putting my security at risk because I have to watch an ad or something like that. So I went around looking and I saw this unique camera over a month ago. This is gonna be the second one I installed. I installed it in the front door, you know, to guard my packages and take a look at the front of my house and make sure no crazy stuff's going on. Not that I live in a bad neighborhood, but it's always good to have security. So after using this for like a month and a half, I fell in love with it. Actually, I have 4 cameras. This will be the 5th one, and I'm trying to build out my system because I really like this system and the setup. I'm not paid, I'm not sponsored, no one's giving me any kickback on this. This is just my opinion. I spent all my own money on this stuff. I just really like these camera systems and I want to share with you guys. So let's go ahead and unbox this right now. Camera right here, or cameras, it's 2 of them. You do need a power source, so I'm actually installing this outside underneath my deck. We're gonna get to that in a second. Just want to go through some of the features that this has to offer. One of the biggest features is this is a 2K model. It's outdoor, indoor, like I mentioned. This one right here is, or you can hold it like this because that's the way I'm gonna mount it. This one out here is a wide angle lens. It also has 2 lights as well, and so does this. It has light, so it can shoot light if it needs to see better. They do have night vision as well, but if you wanted a combination of night vision and color, it's almost like colored night vision because it shoots light and it looks cool. I'll show you what it looks like. You can take a look at that right here. The wide angle is 125 a view of angle. This one goes 365. Pan tilts up and down 105 degrees. So it can go down, up. I don't want to mess with it. This is AI powered, apparently. That's what they're claiming, that to do smart tracking. So pretty much this is a wide angle. If it detects motion, it'll communicate to the other camera and spin it around and start tracking it. You do have to set that up in the app, but it works really well. I love it. That's why I mounted it in my front door. And that's why I want this one on the side of my house. So I can view my backyard, and if something does happen, this can come around and take a look. There's no fee for that feature as well, as of now. This is able to take an SD card up to 512 gigabytes. Right here on this little weatherproof shielding there, you just push that in there. You can pay for an additional fee, cloud storage, so you can do cloud storage with these. It works with a lot of smart home devices, like your Amazon Alexa, so you can view them, Google Home, and also works with Samsung Smart Things. So if you have a Smart Things hub, you can connect it to that as well. Another thing that they do have is they have a hub. I haven't messed with the hub. I would like to take a look at it, but there is a way if you wanted to, and I'll just show this to you real quick. It's like a triangular looking hub, and it has a hard drive in it, and I may get this, I'm not sure, but you could hook it up to your TV, which is really nice to do it wirelessly and have local storage. I have not played with that yet. It's about 150 bucks. I am tempted because I always wanted a home DVR system. I just haven't done it for my house. Guys, let's go install this. I'm gonna make this really quick. I'm gonna time lapse this and show you how easy it is to install and what you have to do. All right, so we're out here, we're gonna install it. It's gonna go right where that U camera's up. You can probably see it by the hanging B thing over there. What I wanna do is put the wide angle going this way towards the front of my yard, and then have the pan tilt going this way. And that way I have 2 angles of viewing my camera. which would be great. And then if anything gets picked up on this side, it'll come swinging around and it'll look back here and follow if anybody jumps the fence or anything like that, or anything's going on. Eventually I'd like to get another one for the other side, but I really like that Reolink camera that I reviewed, and you can see that right here, and it's solar powered, so I don't have to worry about power. This one does require power, and I got power over there that's already linked to the YE outdoor camera. So let me get up on the ladder and see how I'm going to do this. Things you got to deal with before trying to install a camera. That's a lot of wasps. Bit of an angle so I can face it towards the window, but that's how that's set up, and we can put that where we need to put that and go from there. So one thing you want to do before we finish going up on that ladder is program this thing. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this USB Type-C and we're just going to plug it in right back here. We're going to go ahead and open up the Tapo app, and we're going to click on add. This little plus symbol right up here, add device. I'm going to go with outdoor cameras, and if we look right on the box, C246D, 64D right there. And it says, is it blinking? That's blinking. Ready. The Wi-Fi of this actual camera. So we'll go into the Wi-Fi settings on your phone, click on Wi-Fi, and we should see the Wi-Fi for this Tapo camera. There it is. We'll click on that. Once we get that, go back to the app, and now they should talk to one another. Put in your Wi-Fi username and password, and it should connect.
Connecting to Wi-Fi.
As you hear it.
Wi-Fi connected.
There we go. We got it connected. Now we'll name this camera outside, and then you can pick an icon. I think I'm just gonna make it a dual camera icon. That's it. Next. There you go. You're configured to Tapo. Sounds good. Alright, so now we want to put an SD card. I took the SD card out of the old camera. This is a 32 gig. I'm gonna go ahead and add that in there. Might as well do this while we're in the process. Bam. Push it in. Boom. Close that little magic door. Boom. Rubber it.
The SD card is not formatted. Please format it according to the app guidelines.
Okay, got it. Dual tracking. Alright, so now it's in there. We'll go in here. Okay, once that's done, we'll go ahead and update the firmware before we get up on the ladder. That's a good thing to do as well. So we'll go to firmware, update, and let that do its thing. And that's pretty much up for the setup. Another thing I did not tell you guys about is if you push on this plate, it'll move it up or down the camera. So it's pretty good, so you could face the camera where you want. Not the most ideal, but if you get it in the right position, it should be fine. Alright guys, like always on my channel, let's take a look at the app. So here we are on the phone. We're going to go to the app. It's not the Kaza app anymore. I really wish it would have been, but it's actually be the Tapo, and it's going to open up. And this is going to be your screen. We'll go through this interface real quick because there's a lot to cover and I don't want to make this a super long video. So you'll start off in your favorites and you'll see your cameras, TP-Link light switches, everything transfers over, which is great. I use all devices. That's another spot. You can go into individual rooms, everything up here. We're not going to get too much into that. You could also change the home right there and change home settings. Notifications are that little bell. We'll click on that. As you can see, I got notifications. If you want to add a device, that little plus symbol right there, and you could add device or add groups. We're not going to do that right now. If you go at the bottom, you'll see home, camera. It's another way to get to the cameras, vacuum, devices. So we're just going to go straight to all devices. I have individual cameras. The first thing you want to see in this interface right here is you could turn on and off cameras. So I could just tap that. That turns on a camera. You tap that, it turns off a camera, and they all have that. Now, if you click on the middle, we're going to go for the south camera right there. If you click on the middle, it'll show you live stream of your, and there's the wasps that are torturing me. You'll see live view of your camera. So we have this. I'm going to show you basic settings. If you go into the top corner here where it says settings, you have settings. You could turn on motion, alarm, pan, tilt, smart tracking. I do want to show you real quick, if you go into motion detection right there, you can set all different types of motion detection. Very top, you could do auto tracking, which I highly recommend right there. It tracks. I put it track all activity, so that way the camera will follow anybody that comes onto your property. You have storage here. We can click on that. local storage, put 32 gig flash storage in there. It has loop recording on, and this is where you can format your SD card. You got the free trial, you got video, you can change the quality. I put it on auto. This is where you can invert the image if you flip it upside down. If you install this camera and you're like, why is my image upside down? That's what you hit. Tag detection on, screen info. You can go in through all this. This is all basic stuff. Night interface, you could change the night interface so you can do all different types. You could do full color mode, smart mode. I just do the regular mode, but we could try full color mode. There's a lot of features that I haven't even gotten a chance to play with yet. And you can turn on alarm here, pan tilt. You could do a patrol mode, so you could have the camera moving back and forth and it's recording, and then if it spots something, it'll start tracking it. That will wear out the motor a little bit. I wouldn't mess with that. You could turn off the light status, Wi-Fi connect. Mine kind of drops in and off. Privacy, that's to turn it on or off, so you could turn off the camera itself, put it in privacy mode, it's no longer on. Notifications. I don't really mess with notifications, but this is where you could go and you could have it all different types of ways of giving you notifications. Advanced settings, that's to set up if you want to do a DVR, you can set up DVR setting. Sharing device, you could share with family members. Smart actions. I actually did set up one of these, the smart actions. I made it geofence my phone. When I come home, it turns off the camera in the living room, and then when I leave, it turns it back on to watch our dog. Reboot, firmware update, remove. That's all the basic stuff. Let me just show you how to use the camera, which is really cool. So you have the interface right here of the camera. Up at the top is the settings. Down here we could take a picture, we could start recording, we could turn on and off the audio, we can hit the phone call, so we can make a phone call like back and forth, speak with someone on our camera system. So if someone's there, you can act like a two-way voice system, so that way it's almost like an intercom. You can tell people, get the hell off my property. Same down here, we have talk. We'll click on the pan tilt, this is really cool. So you actually get to move, go up and then down. No, that's too high. I don't want to go that high. Go down. See my barbecue. It's moving a little slow right now because I'm filming while I'm doing this, but I can turn this 360 degrees. And just to give you a quick reference, you can make down here, if you hit the plus sign on one of these down here, you can add a preset, which I did. I made it automatically preset to my shed so I could see what's going on in my shed. Takes a minute. There it goes. Boom. So we got the pan tilt. We got the patrol. If you want to make it patrol back and forth, let's get out of that. Privacy mode, alarm mode. You can click that on. Single mode. So if you only want to see single, you could switch it back to double or single, and you can pick which view you want. If you're in single mode, you got to tap the screen and then switch it. So there we go. You can switch it to single mode. We'll go to dual mode because I like that. And then you can turn on and off the light right there. Tags on, if you want to turn tags on or off. Let's say you don't want tags around people that says, oh, it's a person, oh, it's a vehicle. If you don't want that, you can turn that off. Let's look at playback. Playback is really nice on this camera. I really like it. And we'll go back to when I was messing around with it. So as I'm scrolling down, you'll see the person running is motion. And then when you see this icon with a person, it looks like a portrait. That means it's a person. And we'll click on that, and that'll actually show you me moving around. And I'm actually testing blind spot in the corner. And for some reason, it's not doing very well with the blind spot. I hope they fix that in an update. But you could see all the different playbacks that you can look at. There's me and my dog. I was testing it again. And I was testing that blind spot. It did finally get me. And you can use this timeline up here. You can go through here and go through the timeline that way. You can change the date, so you can go back to the 13th when I first got it and I was setting it up, and that's when I was setting up the video for you, and you get the idea. And if you want to download it, click on these double lines right here next to the video clip, and we click download. It'll download to your photos. That's it for the app. That's all your basics. I'm just showing you an introductory of it so you just get an idea. So that was the app, guys. My overall thoughts on this product, like I said, I love it. I do. I absolutely love it. I have 5 of these now that this one is installed. My wife loves them. It's easy for her to use. The app's really interactive, really easy to use. Little things here and there that are buried to set up and play with, and some things you got to mess around with. There is other features that I probably didn't mention in this video, where I have the camera turn on and off with geofencing for when I go to work. I have one in the living room. I did set that up. I can see what's going on in my house when I leave the home. The only thing downside about this setup was that I was really annoyed is I'm a big fan of the Kaza app through TP-Link, which all my smart devices are connected to, and I really wanted it to work with that. And when I got the first camera, camera, which is up over here in my office, I was kind of really disappointed that I had to download the Tapo app instead of just using the Kaza app. And I don't know if TP-Link is leaving the Kaza app and going over to the Tapo app. All of my smart devices did get transferred over from the Kaza app to that app, so I can control all my plugs and everything through that app. As far as smart devices, I like the Kaza app better. As far as camera system, I like the Tapo app better. But that was the only downfall I have. So I give this overall a 5 out of 5, guys. It is a must go and get. I mean, obviously I like them. I have 5 of them now. 2 of the wide angle with the pan tilt zoom, the dual camera one that I just showed you today. So I'm slowly getting rid of YE Home because it's just not worth it for me to play the game of look at ads when I think something's happening at my house. That's it for me, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like this video, and ring that bell if you want to get notified when I make a video. And remember, you could do anything if you put your mind to it. Later, guys. You're still here? You haven't clicked on all these videos that I made? Or better yet, like button? Or even better, subscribe button? Just putting it out there.